Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share 7 excuses that could stop you from investing in properties. Some of these excuses, you may think they are genuine excuses and they're real excuses, and these are the excuses that really stops you from investing. So I would like to tell you, they may not be a real excuse. It's what you led yourself to believe, or it's what people tell you the reason why they're not investing, and you then relate that to yourself and then believe that it is not the right time to invest, and you start making these excuses, and then you end up not investing in property. So I'm hoping that these 7 excuses, I can highlight them to you so you know exactly what they are. So when these sort of excuses, when you start thinking about these sort of excuses, you could stop yourself from making those excuses and then get into property investing. So let's get to it. The number one excuse lots of people tend to do or say is property prices are too high. Right now, especially during COVID, the government has given stamp duty holiday. They've used furlough to ensure property prices do not go up. They've also increased the threshold of benefit that they give to people, which means people are staying in these properties and landlords are not struggling to actually get their rent, which means they kept their property. That then leads property prices to go up, because what happened, people were not moving out and landlords were okay with the tenant that were living in the property. And also what had happened with the stamp duty holiday, that then drives the prices up, and then guess what, prices went up, and then people really think property prices are up. Well, I'm gonna tell you now, it was a good time to buy properties maybe 20 years ago or shortly after 2008 recession, but the second best time is now. Now is the second best time to actually sell or buy properties. We need to look for motivated sellers if you want to buy properties. If you think the properties are too high, we need to get motivated sellers that are looking to sell their properties. Don't go out there and look for properties. Instead, look for someone who wants to sell their property and understand why they want to sell their property. Are they selling their property because they want to downsize, or they want to upgrade, or they want to move into another country, or they want to move some part within the country, or they're going to retire or move into a care home? So you need to find motivated seller so that you could negotiate and understand why they're selling and help them sell the property, or you buy the property in an ethical way that would allow you to buy these properties at a lower price. So if you go in where everybody is going, it gets too crowded, property prices goes up, and it's supply and the demand, right? If demand outweighs supply, obviously guess what? Property prices goes up. Hence the reason why people complain and said property prices are going up. So if I were you, you look for motivated sellers, look for people who are selling for property instead of looking for properties that are available in the market, because everybody goes to market to buy their own thing, right? So you could guess that easily. When demand surpasses supply, and then obviously prices goes up. So look for motivated sellers and find a way how you could help them sell their property. Number 2, excuses that properties deals do not stack up. I totally understand that. I totally get that. Okay, especially if you're looking for a turnkey property, or if you're looking for a property that has already been done up. That could be a challenge, and it may not stack up. And again, this is why you need to be experienced and know what you're doing in property, so you can analyze the deal and understand if it stack up or not. And again, if you want a deal to stack up, don't go and buy a ready-made HMO, for example, or don't go buy a property that you could not add any value to. So obviously that person who's selling that property, they have to make their margin, right? They've invested, they've renovated that property, and they've done it up really nice to sell to either homeowners, and you as an investor, you went and buy it. It may not stack up, meaning you may not be able to pull your investment out, but the cash flow may be good, but you may not be able to pull some of your investment out. And again, you need to look for properties that you could add value to. If you're buying a property, suppose you're buying a property now, look whether you can add an extra room, or whether you can do an extension, or whether you could do a loft conversion, or you can change it to flat, or you can change it to HMO. Whatever you want to do, you need to think about that. You need to think about outside the box, so you can add value to that property so that it would then stack up if that's what you want to do. Or you can find a property that you can just renovate and sell, and then obviously make profit that way. So don't let someone else's opinion becomes your fact by saying, when everyone is saying property prices, property deals are not stacking up, don't go with that theme. You go there, learn about it, and understand exactly what it is. And then obviously you could do what I've just told you there. You can change the use of the property. That way the deal will stack up, okay? Number 3, they tend to say they do not have enough money to invest. I really get surprised when people say this. There are $3 billion going around the world looking for owners, right? There are money out there, right? The people that are saying this, either they haven't got the knowledge about the industry, they don't know about property a lot, and obviously they haven't got an experience, and they don't know the know-how how to raise finances. If you've got a good deal, you know that they'll stack up and it significantly would bring you and your investors return on investment. There are lots of money out there. If you've got a deal, present it to people. Let people know about the deal. Have you gone out there and presented a deal to someone and they said they won't invest? I don't think you've done it. You're just maybe going with assumption that you do not have money. And if you do not have money, before you go to conclusion, check around you. Do you have savings account that you could take advantage of? Do you have a mortgage or your residential property? When last have you remortgaged? You may have equity in it, right? Or you could do family members, okay? If you've been working for a very long time, you may have pension as well. Have you looked into your pension? So it doesn't necessarily mean that is the money you have in your bank account. That's what reflects you not having enough money. You need to look for these opportunities to take advantage of what you have around you. It could be family members, your parent, your brothers and sisters. It could be friends, someone you went to university with. So these sort of people may be able to help you raise the money you want if you've got the deal. And also what I've learned, also people tend to shy to ask for money. By the way, you're not begging the money, you're sharing an opportunity, you're providing an opportunity, because if you don't share this opportunity to people, they don't know what it is. But if you go out there begging for it, you not get it. Present a deal, right? Don't present a deal as if you want to present an opportunity to that person instead of begging them the money. You're not going to go directly asking for the money. So I've got this deal, absolutely amazing deal. This is what the figures are. This is what I'm going to get out of it. What do you think? Right? That way they may be thinking, maybe I am interested in that. So there's money out there. Don't let money stop you from what you're doing. Go and learn about the industry. Know your strategy in and out, right? Get experience in it. Get someone to mentor you and coach you that would allow you to get these deals that people will want to invest with. Number 4, people say they're too busy. They do not have time. It's the most silly excuses I have ever had. Right? We all have 24 hours a day. Okay, we've got the same hours Bill Gates has. We've got the same hours Warren Buffett has. It's about how we prioritize stuff, right? People say they want to invest in property. They don't have time. They're busy watching football, or they're busy binge watching Netflix, or they're busy watching Amazon Prime. Of course, if you're busy doing that, you don't have that time. If you're working 8-9 hours a day, right? So when you come back home, find a way, get your dinner, do whatever you need to do, and invest the remaining time looking into whatever your investment strategy is. If it's to buy properties, look into properties, right? And when you get home, look into properties, strategize yourself. Even if it's an hour a day after work, if you've done that 5 days a week, that is 5 hours of your time basically. So it's about prioritizing, know what's good for you and execute it. I've seen people saying, I want to go into properties, but they spend time maybe going on holiday, spend time watching TV, sometimes doing something that doesn't relate to what they want to achieve in life. So if you think you are too busy, it's about time to sit down and look at your task, look at what you're doing, and learn what you're doing that adds value to you. Right? If you know you're doing most of the stuff doesn't add value, it's time to substitute it to your property investment goals. Because if you haven't slot that in, you won't be able to create the time. Believe you me, if you set a time for your property, even if it has to be at 12 midnight, you can get it done, right? But if you haven't set that time, only because you think you're too busy, you will never ever get there. And again, it depends how much you want to really use property as a vehicle to generate you passive income. If you do want that and you want to achieve that, you will create time to actually make that happen. Number 5, there are no good deals in my area. Okay, I've had that excuse as well, where someone turned around and told me, Rahim, I live in Leeds, there are no deals there, right? And I told them, you might not be looking at the right thing. You might not know what you do. So I sat with these people, right? In about 5 minutes, we were able to get 50 deals online. right? We were able to go out there and look for deals, and we saw the deals out there. So it's about you knowing what you're looking for, how to look for this stuff, and how to approach people, right? Sometimes we went to this basic website that nobody thought about. There's a ridiculous amount of deals there. And also it's about marketing yourself to tell people what you do, especially the people around you. If you don't tell people what you do, the deals will not come to you. So look at your niche, look at your area or your city or town. Find out which area you wanna concentrate to do your marketing campaign. You do a marketing campaign in that area, and then the deals will come to you. So there are deals everywhere. If you go out there looking for it, you will get it. Okay, so it's not about assuming there are no deals out there. Especially everyone goes to Rightmove to look for deals. If you're right, everybody is in Rightmove looking for the same sort of properties. So if you know what you're looking for, if you're looking for properties that could add value to, you have less competition, and also you can do a marketing campaign that would allow you to actually target motivated sellers, because motivated sellers are the people who would help you get properties below market value. And these are the people that maybe down the road, your neighbors or whoever these people are, just go out there, tell people what you do. You will be able to have good, amazing deals. Number 6, another excuse also people do, they go out there, do property courses, they do all these strategies, right? And they want to do all these strategies in one go. Again, that's another excuse people make. Oh, I want to do XYZ strategy, but I just want to do them all. And then they end up giving up, saying it doesn't work, and they start making excuses. So many strategies out there, they don't know what they do. Again, you have to be laser focused in what you do. Right? If you want to do rent to rent, concentrate, do rent to rent, right? You can't do rent to rent today, you do buy to let tomorrow, and you're looking for deal sourcing the other day. It doesn't work like that. You have to laser focus in your strategy and then go and work towards it. It's not about you going to do different strategies every day. You have to be laser focused. Don't let that make a massive excuse for you not to invest in properties. So go out there, look for one strategy for you to be able to execute, and you go out there and execute it, and wait until you start getting reward from that strategy and know that strategy efficiently, and you can use it, you can do whatever you want to do with it before you move on to any other strategy. That would also help you take your life to the next level. The 7th excuse is, I have bad credit rating, so therefore I can't invest. I don't think I've got good credit rating, and I know I did XYZ 5, 6, 7 years ago, so I don't really know. I understand that. I perfectly understand that. But before you come to that conclusion, I advise you to go and find a mortgage broker or a lender, right, pretending you want to buy a property. Let them do a decision in principle for you. Let them do a mortgage offer. Ask them, pretend like you want to buy a house, and ask them if they can do a decision in principle for you. If they can do a decision in principle for you, that way then you would know whether you got a bad credit rating or whether the bank will lend you money to buy houses or not. And secondly, it takes about 5-10 minutes to register yourself in Expedia to learn about your credit file, to learn about your credit rating, if there's anything with it, so you can work on it to actually improve it, to increase your scores, so you can you could be in a better position to be able to start properties. And again, that's no an excuse, right? You could easily use so many strategies that do not require you to have a good credit rating to get into. We have strategies like deal sourcing, for example. You don't have to have a good strategy of money to actually get into it. Rent to rent, exactly the same thing. So it's all about you, first of all, going to look for a mortgage broker or a lender that could provisionally provide you a decision in principle. One, just to see if you can afford or if you could get a mortgage. Second thing, go to Expedia, create an account, see where you are with your credit file, and draw a roadmap to improve it if it's not good, if you've got CCJ or something like that. And again, you can monitor and review it until it expires. And then that will then also help you. If you know you've got CCJ and you've got about 5, 6, 7 years on it, or say you've got 3 years on it, for example. So what you will then know, okay, you may not be able to buy properties now, but there are other avenues that you could explore. Like I've just said, it could be rent to rent, it could be deal sourcing, and then at least then you know where you are, and then you can work towards improving it. So if you just have low credit rating, again, you can do some certain stuff that would allow you to boost your credit file, which would ultimately allow you to be able to get a mortgage. I really hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has been helpful to you and you've learned from it, share it with friends and family so they can learn from this same video. And if you like the video or any of my videos, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to sharing the next video.